Hey, beautiful souls. This is Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. Today's video is going to be on the mirror exercise. I had someone reach out to me and say that they felt like they were doing the mirror exercise, but somehow the mirror exercise was making them blame themselves. And so I wanted to get clear on why we use the mirror exercise and how it's actually meant to show you an aspect of yourself, not to blame yourself, but to love yourself unconditionally. So I'm going to use an example from my own union, and I am going to share with you how I moved through the process, how it continued to show up, and ultimately healing it at the core. So I was upset with my twin flame, the man that I'm exploring as my twin flame, and I had told him that he was avoiding, and he ultimately continued to avoid what I was saying. And it was kind of frustrating me because it just felt like I was not being heard or not received. And there was almost this energy of gaslighting, even though it wasn't his intention. That was my experience, and that's what I was moving through. And so I decided to take a step back and I did the mirror exercise. I was like, I am upset because my twin flame is avoiding being direct with me. I am upset with myself because I'm avoiding being direct with myself. And you can even go a little deeper. I'm upset with my twin flame because they're avoiding being direct with me, and it makes me feel like I'm not important or uh, loved. And then again, I'm upset with myself because I am avoiding being direct with myself, and it makes me feel unimportant and not loved. So I went into this place and I was like, yeah, I guess there's a part of me that is avoiding being direct with me, and I might just be dancing around and upset instead of directly going into that space and loving myself. So I loved myself there. Well, then a little later, I'm having a conversation with someone and I am dancing around the subject. I am not actually being direct. And I was like, oh my gosh, this energy is me. This is why my twin flame is doing this to me, is because he's reflecting to me this aspect of myself where maybe I wasn't not being direct with myself, but I wasn't being direct with those around me. And so I chose to start to heal that at the core. Then later, apparently, my twin flame had this incident with his car on Thanksgiving. And at one point, he tried to avoid the situation in general by like getting on his phone and acting like it didn't happen. And so I showed him like, hey, this is the energy that I was sharing with you. This is the energy that I was pointing at. Is even though you may not feel like you were avoiding me and my question, you did later avoid a situation by acting like it wasn't a big deal or acting like you weren't acknowledging it. There is an avoiding energy within our union that is not serving us whatsoever. Even if it doesn't get us in trouble or whatever, it doesn't create a whole bunch of chaos with other people, it does become an internal struggle and chaos within yourself. And so if you don't identify that upset and heal it, you will start to see other people reflect that back to you. So the mirror exercise is meant to help you take full responsibility of your reality, because no one else can create in your reality, including your twin flame, not unless you give over power. And so with the mirror exercise, step 2 is where you take full responsibility of what's happening in your inner reality. As I got clear here and started really communicating with myself and loving myself in this place, my twin flame and I ended up having a more direct conversation a few days later, where we're very direct about things. We weren't avoiding moving through some deeper feelings around waiting and looking for validation outside of ourselves, and having to recognize just the way God was communicating with us. We were very direct with each other in that place, but in order to get there, I had to heal the upset within myself, because he was going to continue mirroring, avoiding deeper love, deeper connection, deeper intimacy, because I was avoiding that within myself. So the mirror exercise is never meant to blame you. It's only ever meant to shine light on the place where you are essentially avoiding loving yourself, where that place is calling for your attention and love, so that you can heal that at the core. And as you heal that, it naturally heals within your twin flame. You don't need them to change or shift in order for your union to come to harmonious union. Only one of you needs to do that. Now, if you're here and you're watching this video, needless to say, you're the twin who chose in this lifetime to lead the healing. It's not going to be like that forever. There's come to a place where I recognize that my twin flame is already leading healing in some other way, where he gives me the peace that he has come to in his own healing, and I'm like, oh, I needed that. That was the other piece that I was missing. So you'll start to not that you'll start to, because you're always healing together, but you'll start to see where, oh, he moved through that first and now I'm moving through it, or I moved through that first and now he's moving through it, but you're always moving through it around the same time, if not at the same time. So continue allowing yourself to move through the mirror exercise as a tool to help you love yourself and to go deeper with yourself. Not a tool to change your twin flame, not a tool to blame yourself or to judge yourself. If you're looking at your twin flame and you're seeing all these things that they're doing, and then you're like, wow, I have so much healing to do, or apparently I'm not good enough or not worthy, because that's how they feel. If you're using them to judge yourself, you're misunderstanding your twin flame and the concept of your twin flame union altogether, and it probably isn't quite appropriate for you to be with them in the first place. Your twin flame is here to help you ascend to God, to become the best version of yourself, to love all of the places that are calling for love by mirroring to you places where you're out of alignment with love. And it's always really important that you are working consciously on not taking it personally or what they're mirroring to you. I firsthand know this the hard way. I have taken it very personally in ways that my twin flame has mirrored things to me, but he's always been very clear to me that his intention is never to hurt me. His intention is never to upset me or make me feel some type of way. And a true twin flame is going to be willing to work through those upsets with you, get to the core, and to get to a place of harmony, because that's not only your natural state of being, but it's also theirs. They desire harmony and peace in your union as much as you desire it. They desire to be with you and love you as much as you desire to be with them and love them. They feel the exact same way at the core that you feel. And so if you're feeling really doubtful or nervous or just not trusting your union, that's how they're going to feel. If you know that you're meant to be together and that you trust everything is coming together, that your inner work is working, that nothing can come in between your love, no matter time, space, illusion, circumstances that comes up, you just know that you're meant to be together. They know that too, because you're one at the core. There is no separation. And ultimately, that is what you're healing in order to come into harmonious union with your true twin flame, is to heal separation consciousness. And it doesn't require you to be perfect or to heal it perfectly, because you're not in it, you're always working towards perfect union, but you got to heal enough upsets in order to stand on a solid foundation of knowing that nothing could ever separate you, because it's an illusion. Really standing on the truth of you were created to be together. As you do that, you will find it easier to be in harmony and to stay in each other's presence long enough to where you can eventually move in with them and live one life with them and marry them and have children. It's just because that is your natural state. Like, yeah, it's a divine connection, it's a spiritual connection, but y'all are regular people. Y'all are meant to just be together. Like, you don't have to look at this union as something like, oh my gosh, it's magical and it's like out of this earth and it's so rare. You being able to be with your twin flame because you chose to do the work is the rare part, because not a lot of people are open to doing the work. Not a lot of people are willing to look at themselves and take responsibility of their reality and move through the things that their twin flame is mirroring to them. They would rather take the easy way out, release the twin flame because they don't have to do the work, and just be with the soulmate, because the soulmate's going to allow them to stay where they are and not have them grow or challenge them into becoming the best version of themselves. Wouldn't recommend it, but you know where I'm going with that. So mirror exercise really is your best friend. It's meant to help you love yourself, identify these upsets, identify these patterns and programming that are so deep rooted that you can't really ever see on the surface unless you're willing to go within and look at it. And ultimately, it is the one tool that has helped me learn how to love myself unconditionally, to find that hurt inner child who's been chilling in the driver's seat, trying to operate from these places of hurt and being wounded, and still continuously trying to have relationships from that space, knowing dang well that it ain't gonna work that way. You're just gonna continue having the same relationship with a different person. And so when the more logical, healed version of yourself can step back, observe, instead of being drawn into the illusion or drawn into the upset, if you're able to take a step back and be like, okay, what is this showing me? Why is this coming up? What is the belief that I'm holding on to that manifested this? What is the idea or the core hurt that I'm holding on to, this pattern that I'm holding on to that requires us to keep manifesting? Once you can allow yourself to look at it that way and just take a step back, you're able to really feel and see what is the belief that you're holding on to that continues manifesting that upset. Once you heal that using the mirror exercise, it will either no longer bother you or it will completely vibe out of your life and you will transcend it, and you will no longer have to deal with that, not only with your twin flame, but with anyone else in your reality. Everyone in your reality is ultimately here to help you reflect on some aspect of yourself and heal. When you do that, that naturally attracts your twin flame. They're actually here to help you heal those upsets with your twin flame, so you don't have to heal all of them with your twin flame. That's why we manifest karmics, false twin flames, just people in our life. Any upset that possibly can come up in your life is actually helping you heal that at the core of your union to come into harmonious union with your twin flame. So if you can work on not being defensive or attaching or victimizing yourself in that space, which I have compassion for because I've done it all. This is why I'm sharing it with you. Then you'll find that you're able to really see the truth of the lesson that you're learning, and that it's here to just help you go deeper into love and connection with God and union with God, and ultimately resulting in union with yourself and your twin flame. So if you're using the mirror exercise and you feel like it's just blaming yourself, or that you're not getting to the core of peace and love there, please feel free to reach out. You can comment below. I do answer all of your guys' comments. You can private message me if you desire to do a session to where I can help walk you through the mirror exercise and help you really get clear on if you're moving through it correctly, which was something I was doing incorrectly for a period of time until I got with an Ascension coach. And then I was just like, oh, wow, I see a massive difference here. You really do deserve that support, and just allowing yourself to receive it all, because ultimately to come into your harmonious union, it does require a lot of support. There's been many times where I've thought about giving up, and where I've had clients who are like, forget this, I'm done. But it's just you moving through an upset and moving through letting go of all the junk that doesn't allow you to go deeper into that new level of love, which you'll always be doing with your true twin flame. You will heal, go deeper in love, and whatever is not in alignment with that level of love has to come up to be cleared. And so that is the place where a lot of us will get in what feels like quicksand, is like all the stuff is coming up and you're like, what's happening? Everything was going so great and now all the stuff is blowing up in my face. Well, it's because it's not in alignment with that deeper level of love that you're moving into. So don't give up. Keep moving. Keep doing the mirror exercise. Keep claiming your support. And I love you guys. Peace, love, and faith. I hope this is helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Bye.